This is everything you need to know when you disembark your cruise from Port Canaveral and have a flight to catch from MCO or Orlando, Florida. Let's get into it. Hey, I'm Brian.
And Mrs. Tips.
Tips for cruisers. Please be sure to consider subscribing if you find this information helpful. Okay, we've been cruising for over 10 years and we have yet to take a excursion by taking transportation provided through the cruise company. And we did this on our most recent sailing with Royal Caribbean and doing the UTOPIA of the Seas. So we know all about some different strategies, and we'll drop some nuggets of advice even that you can use even if you're not taking transportation provided by the cruise line.
Yeah.
For instance, we self-disembark. Yes. And when you self-disembark, you can get off the ship anytime you want.
Pretty much.
What are some mistakes that you can avoid if you self-disembark? If you tell me.
Well, if you've cruised at all, you know the traditional way is you pack your luggage the night before and you put your luggage out in the hallway and the porters come and they take care of it for you. You don't have to worry about it. I made a big mistake. I accidentally packed his shorts the night before in the suitcase when I put it in the hallway.
Well, it's disembarkation day and I don't have my shorts to wear. I got 2 pairs of clean underwear, but no shorts. What am I gonna do? They gotta let me off the ship. I mean, hello. I have my SeaPass card. Oh, what do you have there? You have my shorts? Yes. No, this is a pair of underwear. I got 2 pairs of underwear, so I could double layer, right? We'll see.
He totally had to disembark in his underwear.
That was on our last cruise. So because we self-disembarked on this one, we didn't have to worry about that.
Forgetting your clothes.
If she packed my shorts, I could just take them out. All right, so if you self-disembark, one of the main things is make sure that if you self-disembark, it is best if you can carry your luggage down to the gangway of where you're going to disembark, as opposed to the crowded elevators.
Don't bother.
So we do carry-on size luggage only almost when we just travel.
Always.
If we're traveling as a family, that'll change usually. So we're able to carry our luggage off the ship. Now our disembarkation time was 7:30 a.m. And so we got off at 7:30, even though since we're self-disembarking, we can get off anytime. Yeah. But the reason why we chose to get off at 7:30 is because our airport transfers was 8 a.m. Yeah. Now, one thing that I've never done, like I said, I've never booked a airport transfer before, but the reason why we did it this time was because it cost us like $80 in Uber fees to get from the airport to Port Canaveral area. So we just decided that let's stop the stress. We don't have to worry about surge pricing, and we'll book it. Yeah. The one mistake I made was I didn't book it before the cruise. I didn't book it until we got on. So we paid $37.50 each. If you book it in the planner beforehand, you can get it for as low as like $25. Yeah. So we paid $37.50 each, and we self-disembarked at 7:37.
So definitely for this particular port, because the airport is so far away, you really need to kind of consider doing it this way. Like I said, we've never done it. But the Uber and all the other things were so high. It's totally not worth it. So let's just say the rule of thumb now, if this is the port you're choosing, go ahead and book the transfer.
Yeah, book a private transportation or transportation through cruise companies. What we plan on doing again in the future, just straight up. Okay.
Now let's learn about what we found out when we got downstairs.
Well, first, how do you get off the ship quickly so you can get in line if you're not going to get off until 7:30? And you have to catch your bus by 8 a.m.
Passports, man. Passports.
If you have your passport, you go through a special line. Yeah. It's just facial recognition in Port Canaveral.
So fast.
You just literally walk right off the ship.
We literally walked. Like, I think we stopped for all of 2 seconds for us to, like, get in front of the little screen. And then it just, like, go.
Okay, so now that we just walked right on through, we just followed the signs of picking up your transportation, which is to the left. And on your way out, if you bought one of those banned items like 6-plug extension cord thing or whatever, you can pick up your confiscated items on your way to pick up your transfer. So
don't do that.
Yeah. If you need a legal charger, want one, look in the description below for the link of what we like to use for a good fast charging. But go ahead. What were you going to say now, Mrs. Tips, on strategy from here?
Strategy from here. So what we learned is they do give you an assigned time on your excursion ticket, and yes, it is like a proper excursion ticket, like left in your room kind of situation.
Wait, we actually didn't get an excursion ticket, and apparently you don't need an excursion ticket for this particular item, we learned, and they just check you off your name on the list.
Well, yes.
Because I asked about that.
But didn't we get tickets?
No, we didn't.
We did.
Oh, yeah, we did get one at customer service because...
But it was not necessary, is what we learned.
Yeah.
So...
What she said.
I digress again, but they do give you a ticket. You don't have to have the ticket. They do have your name on a list, as he said, and they check your names off. But the time they give you is a little bit misleading because it's a first come, first get. So if we had gotten down there like crazy early, we would have been on the first bus. We ended up on the second bus of the day, which wasn't a big deal. It was a little windy and chilly, surprisingly, in Florida. But we waited. It wasn't a big deal. Bus came. They take your luggage. Not a big deal. You can keep like your carry-on, like if you have a purse or a personal bag, just stay with you. But the luggage they just put under the bus and off you go.
For time reference, we got off the ship about 7:30 is when we left, and we were in line by 7:37. The 7:30 pickup was just happening, or off in line. We were at the 8 o'clock one, and that line got really long.
Really fast.
Really quickly. So if you have like an 8 o'clock transfer and you get off at 7:30, 7:40, that line's going to get long real quick.
So now, don't dawdle.
No. So we got on the bus just after 8 a.m.
Yeah.
They're still trying to fine tune this, even though they've been doing this for years apparently.
Yeah.
People complain, but now that you're watching this, you know. So we chose the front seats just because it would be easier to get off the bus. And the other reason why we chose to do this airport transfer was because we didn't have a flight until the evening. It's only about a 45-minute ride, but they got some nice plugs.
That was a nice bus.
A proper coach bus.
Like a proper bus. It had a little tray table, really like an airplane in the front. Charging stations, cables, all the things. Super comfortable. Very nice transfer. It wasn't a dingy, like nasty bus like you think in your mind. This was like a premium bus.
Yeah.
So it was worth it.
All right, I've got at least like 3 other solid tips here, so please stay with us here. All right, 45-minute ride because there's no traffic, no accidents. We get dropped off at MCO or Orlando Airport. We like to fly Southwest because when I fly, she flies, one of us flies free. Okay, so we learned that you can actually check your luggage really early, more than 2 hours in advance, 4 hours in advance, whatever, with Southwest at a special place near where they drop you off. We didn't check our luggage, even though we were going to go do something, because we have a carry-on size luggage. We're not going to get back until later in the evening, and when we're done flying, we want to just get going.
Home.
Yeah, so we don't want to wait 20 minutes or whatever for our bag. So we went ahead and we held our luggage with holdmyluggage.com.
That was the coolest thing I'd ever seen at the airport in a long time.
Yeah, so
that was nice.
Right inside the gates, you just go down near the Hertz rental car counter. There's holdmyluggage.com, and we paid $13 to hold 2 bags for the duration of the day for us, which not bad. And right next door, you could rent a stroller as well, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And they have a list of different items or different activities you could do.
That was nice.
How far away is Walt Disney World?
Where's the mall? Like literally, like here's all the museums, things that you could go do to kill the time while you're waiting.
Yeah, but we wanted to go see a movie.
Yeah.
So we went to see Epic Theaters after doing about an hour of work just in the area. So yeah, Epic Theaters was not but a 7-minute drive, $14 Uber ride because they charge you a lot of money picking you up from the airport, but on the way back it's only $7, and we saw Gladiator 2. So a good long movie.
That was like a date day for us. We got lunch.
At
there
Moe's.
was a Moe's right there.
Welcome to Moe's.
We got to have a movie. Like, it was awesome. And the timing worked out perfect for all of it.
And then we just headed back after the movie. Yeah. And we picked up our luggage. All good and gravy, right?
No problems.
The Orlando airport was so busy. I have never seen it so busy in my life. Okay, technically one other time, 15 years ago, when I was traveling with a coworker and I left him there because he had cologne and he had to check his bag. I would never leave Mrs. Tips at the airport.
You have left me in the security line before, well, but that's another story for another day. Let's talk about the line.
So the line, like I said, I mean, long. So
yeah,
get there early because that line can be, I mean, I'm talking over an hour wait type thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, we have TSA pre-checked, but before we left, my travel agent emailed and they let me know about Book with Clear. And I'll link that in the below in the description. And basically you can pre-arrange your time that you're gonna go through security up to 4 days in advance by using that link below if you don't have TSA pre-check. And so make sure you watch this video here on 4 reasons why I don't book direct.
Yes. And when he says long line, I'm talking terminal to terminal. Like down in front of the restaurants and shops. Like not even in like the normal like little area. That's how long it was. Probably more than an hour. And it wasn't really moving. We were just standing still. So don't cut it close at this airport.
I'm Brian.
And Mrs. Tips.
Miss Tips for Cruisers.
We'll see you in the next video.